With the growing success of Game Pass, many have been clamoring for Sony to have a Game Pass as well. And with the recent news of Project Spartacus, will this be successful for Sony? Let's find out. As of now, Sony has already announced the pricing for this service, but unfortunately have also announced that day one releases will not be added. While many have expressed disappointment over this discovery, Sony has announced that they will include OG PlayStation, PS2, PSP, PS4, and a few PS5 games at the highest tier. But even with this, many are wondering how successful this service can be for Sony, and some have already written it off as a failure due to the lack of day one releases that Game Pass offers. But maybe Sony's goal isn't to try to copy Game Pass. Maybe Sony is looking to go in a different direction than just copying Microsoft. Sony believes that the 10 new live action games that they are making could be something to make up for the lack of day one releases within Spartacus. And with Sony's current business model of releasing exclusives at full price seems to be really effective. So maybe Sony isn't trying to change what is working by doing exactly what Microsoft is doing. Maybe Sony feels like they can still be successful even without having a Game Pass. I personally feel like Sony doesn't need to compete with it. If what they are doing is working, then why change up their whole business strategy just to copy something that is making Xbox successful? I do agree that Sony should be aware of Game Pass and definitely needs to try to compete, but what if there's another way for Sony to compete without having to follow Game Pass's formula? As we remember, the Nintendo Switch was vastly different than what Sony and Microsoft was doing at the time, and this did come fresh after the failure of the Wii U. But here we are a few years later, and the Switch has officially surpassed 100 million units sold. So if going in a different direction worked out really well for Nintendo, then why should Sony have to confine to doing exactly what has made Xbox successful recently? Especially if what Sony is already doing is working still. I mean, just because the business model worked out well for Microsoft, that doesn't mean that Sony has to emulate it exactly in order to compete. But let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Do you think Sony should follow Microsoft with a Game Pass? Or do you think that Sony can find a different method to compete without having a Game Pass? Let me know in the comment section.